Yesterday, Donald Trump announced that he was proposing the cancellation of automatic federal pay raises for the roughly 1.8 million people, about 30% of whom are military veterans, who were counting on such a raise. In a letter to congressional leaders, Trump made the absurdly laughable claim, given the context of his performance as president, that, quote, "We must maintain efforts to put our nation on a fiscally sustainable course, and federal agency budgets cannot sustain such increases," unquote. These raises were already approved by the Senate and were set to take effect later this year. Donald Trump is like a broken record, bragging non-stop about the economy going gangbusters and being the best. It's tremendous, the greatest, believe me. But not gangbustery enough to give hard-working middle-class federal employees a scheduled raise. Look, let's put this into actual numbers. This move, while significantly hurting patriotic employees of the federal government, will only save taxpayers approximately $25 billion, according to Trump's own estimation. Let's put this into perspective. You remember the massive tax cuts for the super rich that were passed in December? You know, the irresponsible tax cuts that even the conservative-leaning Wall Street Journal reports are now causing annual $1 trillion deficits. Yeah, those tax cuts. Well, fiscal genius Donald Trump plans to fix the $1,000 billion deficit, annual deficit, by taking $25 billion from hardworking government employees. Super smart. Ugh. In other words, when it comes to the fiscal responsibility, Trump set his own house on fire and is now trying to extinguish it by limply tossing one of his cans of Diet Coke on it. He created this problem. He did not inherit it. And now he is quite literally raiding funds promised to middle-income workers to fix it. Not to mention the fact that Trump is still engaging in exorbitantly expensive behaviors that are costing the taxpayers millions. His travel cost alone, including his constant golf trips for his first year in office, exceeded $13 million. The indecency of all of this goes without saying. Hard-working people should not be responsible for propping up the financial interests of powerful corporations and powerful people. But it's also yet another signal of how much contempt Donald Trump and his cronies have for the intelligence of the American people. It's become a consistent and frequent pattern of abjectly stupid claims uttered with no other purpose than to drum up uncritical support from the MAGA bots that eagerly swallow his garbage. Take a look at this monumentally stupid utterance from last night's rally in Indiana.
And they want to raid Medicare to pay for socialism.
The Democrats want to raid Medicare, one of our socialist programs, to pay for socialism. They want to raid socialism to pay for socialism. Ugh, jeez. Is anyone surprised that Donald Trump is a feckless dummy? The only people who think he's some kind of financial wizard are those who are even dumber than he is. Don't worry, if you wait long enough, they're sure to show up in the comments below. We have got to be better than this. Whether Trump is really as stupid as I believe he is, as he makes himself sound when he makes such a claim, or whether this is just a cynical ploy to rely on the reflexive, unthinking tribalism of his supporters, this is all dangerous. Listen, if you have not yet registered to vote, please do so. In the description section of this video, a link to vote.gov will be there, which will give you instructions on how to register, in many cases including an online portal where you can just do it online. Get it done. Don't wait. It's time to push back against this tidal wave of stupidity and indecency and collectively buoy up America with our common values and commitment to help one another.